Hello and welcome to The Right Angle. In this short video, I will explain a little bit in depth the kind of topics that we're going to cover in this channel. As you know, this is for all those slightly confused but intelligent children who are beginning to be a little bit unsettled by mathematics. Not to worry, this is just for you. So one thing you have to understand is that almost all of middle school mathematics consists of two broad areas, algebra and geometry. And within these, there's just a handful of topics that you need to understand really well, and they form the base of everything else. There are about 6-7 topics, and if you do these well, then all the way from class 6 to 10, it's easy. I don't really make a lot of fuss about which class you're in. Well, some of these topics you can understand if you're intelligent and you're in class 6. Maybe you can wait for it till you're in class 7. But many of these topics can be understood by children in class 7 and 8. So let's see what those topics are. So as far as algebra is concerned, expressions. Algebraic expressions. Well, in the previous video, Introduction to Algebra, I just gave a glimpse of very simple expression, very simple expression, and also very simple equation. Equations and how to solve them are very important. So we'll start nice and easy with simple equations and take you to more complicated ones. Actually, they're all quite easy. Now, if once you do this, one of the other topics which is not so stressed in school but is very important are word problems. Word problems are very important because they talk about various situations. It could be just a real world situation, like in a field there are so much area and there's some part of it you grow a kind of crop and another part of it a different crop, and then how should you change this in the next season so that you make so much of output or money or whatever it is. It could be things like that. It could be something to do with science and so on. Word problems are important because actually later on in most subjects there are word problems in that subject, and you have to create an equation out of it and then solve it like you would have learned in equations. So these are the three algebra topics. What about geometry? Geometry, first of all, you need to understand parallel lines. I teach parallel lines and properties of parallel lines. That's one basic topic. Then you need to understand triangles and circles. That's about it. A lot of other things are built on this. If you understand these well, everything else is a small additional bit of information, theorem, whatever it is, and it's easy. Other than these, there are a couple of other things that we pay attention to because it makes you comfortable with maths. It gives you a tool or a means to handle various situations now and in the future in various subjects. So they are logic and counting. Now this counting is not 1, 2, 3, 4, what you learn in primary school. It's about counting a lot of things and using formulas and various tricks. So when you've got a large number of objects, a really large number of objects, you don't count them one by one, either exactly or approximately. So we learn something about counting. Not really a lot of depth and seriously, but you need to understand this. And another thing, I don't really want to make too much of a difference and separation between algebra and geometry. In fact, once in a while I will do problems in both ways for you to understand that quite often algebra and geometry are different ways of looking at the same thing. Right? So, one place where they really come together by naturally is graphs. This is something we'll do. And graphs are very important, not just for mathematics, but for other subjects. And understanding graphs is very important. And many people don't know how to understand graphs, how to draw and understand and get meaning out of these graphs. So I'll help you with that as well. This is the aim of this channel, and we'll do this by means of lectures, some interesting problems, some practice problems, and some puzzles, and once in a while just to chat about this and that, odds and ends. I hope you join me in 1, 2, 3, 4 or many more of the videos.